Hey everyone, it's Myron. Welcome back to our modded survival Let's Play series here on the Better Minecraft mod pack. Today I want to get a little bit more work done on this house, and really if we push I think we could probably finish most of the exterior frame, which would be fantastic. However, that is going to require us gathering up a lot of these ebony trees around and probably some more oak as well, so we'll have to get into that. Alright, so I have gathered up most of the ebony that I could from the trees that have grown, and we'll wait a bit more on the others. For now, I think we can start finishing up this section of roof here. Coming up to the top here, I've put in this plank block that is just a filler that I'll delete in a moment. And I'll take out these ebony logs, one out from the rest of the roof. And then I'll continue them, probably just one in. I don't like using too many logs because they are expensive. I'd hope those would be darker when I stripped them, but we're rolling with it now. So I usually strip the wood, which usually makes it darker. It didn't in this case, but oh well. And I extend the slabs over the top, one out from there. Yeah. I think it'll look better once we have some more blocks up in there. This part here I'm not going to work on because we are going to extend it up, of course, but this side definitely needs to be started. I don't know what we're gonna do about this, so once again I'm gonna leave it. And then build up our shape from the other side back over here. And then once again topping it off with our little hook at the end. Alright, I've brought this all the way out. I'm not going to connect it to there because we're going to have a second story here. And yeah, speaking of that second story, it's probably about time we started on it. Let's start by extending these corners up. At least 4 is generally what I do for one floor, so that we have enough space for us and a block so we can jump in our space and we're not just hitting our heads. Alright, coming back down here, this is going to be our floor level, so we're going to want to bring these planks up one so that we aren't placing our windows right at the level of the floor. Unless that's what you want, but personally I think it looks a little silly from the inside. I'm not going to put in the floor at the moment because that is going to be made out of slabs. Slabs are actually much cheaper to make than planks because you can use 3 planks to make 6 slabs, so I prefer to use them for the floors even when you're not going to be underneath them. Alright, I think it's safe to assume that this wall is not going to have a spot for windows because of this bit here, so I'm just going to fill this all in. This side will definitely have some windows, so we'll put some windows here. And now I should probably get down and make ourselves some slabs so we can fill in a roof. I mean a floor, so that we can walk around in there. Hold on, can't I make a woodcutter in this mod? I definitely think I can. Hold on. There we go. Alright, now placing down our fancy new woodcutter, I can make ourselves a slab without using too much wood. I definitely need a stairwell up to this level, and I think I'm actually going to place that here along this empty stretch of wall. I'll probably place something like a counter or a drawer or something underneath that, so I'm going to leave that empty for now, but I've placed them upside down stairs underneath the other stairs just to give them a little bit more depth. Now I have got to sleep. Alright, I think leaving this kind of open like this is looking a little silly, so I think if we made a wall... Yeah, I actually like that. I usually don't do much in the way of interior walls because I think it looks a little silly, but I'm actually not hating it in this case. I think if we do that, and then, you know what, I'm not gonna make an actual door, I'm just gonna leave this as an open doorway sort of thing. So it feels like they had a wall and then maybe they knocked it out so that it could get a little bit more circulation through. This place definitely needs a little bit of lighting up now that we've got a roof and a ceiling in here. And so what is a better time to start putting in the floor? I don't usually bother with this block under the door because the door is going to be on this side of the block, so I don't really mind that being grass. And I also don't bother with blocks that I'm not going to see from the top because who cares? Why should I spend resources on it? Alright, I have officially dug out all of the floor and I am going to come in here with some wood for the flooring. I also kind of like having a different type of wood for the floor than I do for the walls, just so everything kind of draws the eye a bit instead of just looking all bland and monotone. Alright, so I've got our 4 different types of slabs, and I'll sort of line them up to give us an idea. And honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards either the ebony or the acacia. So I'll get rid of these. I'm actually going to put in some more acacia and see if I like it. It might be too bright for me. I've had issues with this wood. Yeah, I think it's too bright for me. So yeah, let's go with the ebony. I really wish I had a moderate, like a medium tone to put in here, like a spruce, but I haven't been able to find any of that yet, so we'll do ebony for now, and if we decide to go back and change it later on, that is something we certainly can do. Alright, I have filled in this, and I am definitely glad that I chose the ebony because the dark is really making the walls feel bright and lively instead of just making this whole place monotone. I have left this bit open because I'm actually thinking of turning this little section into sort of like a galley kitchen, and so I think having a stone or a marble type thing for the floor in here will make a little bit more sense. So I've sort of decided to make an executive decision. I think that having this come up to a pointed roof here with the tower is just going to turn the house into something completely massive that I don't think will be very visually appealing ultimately. So what I've decided to do is take this back down to the floor level. Honestly, we don't really need all this space, and it doesn't look very realistic at this point when things get too big. And it also gives us good flexibility with what we want to build next, so we would have the option to build something like a storage room or like a shed instead of saying, well, we have all our storage in our house, and so what's really the point? Alright, so I've lit up what we have in here just so that if it ever gets dark we won't have any issues with things spawning. And now I think I want to go off and try to find some other materials that we could use, maybe for our flooring and some future building, like some other stones and whatnot. There we go, we're back. I really need to start writing down our coordinates so that I stop getting lost, but, you know, that's for smart people to do. Alright, now that we are back home, I think I'm going to have to spend some time sorting through these chests and getting them organized, because I am completely out of space, and it is a problem that needs to be solved before I can go and do anything else. So I am going to do that, and I'll get back to you when it is done to finish up the interior. Well, probably not the interior, but we'll definitely finish up the exterior frame of our starter house. Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I last recorded. Life has been crazy. I did eventually sort those chests. Oh yeah, I have some llamas now too. Wandering Trader came by recently. So I've got this chest sorted with like my building supplies, seeds, extra things and whatnot, and then like food things and like other natural sort of items, I guess. Once we get the storage moved into the house, I will do a bit more specific sorting of our items. But for now, I wanted to give a bit of an update because I know it's been a while and I've had a while away from this world to think, and I was working on my building skills, and I've decided to make a few changes to this house. So instead of having the interior as we did before with the stairs going up to a second level, I've instead decided to keep a main open story. In here we'll still have our kitchen, but I've moved the stairs, and as you'll see up here, I've actually filled in the roof all the way across, and we just sort of have like an attic up here that we can use for like extra storage or overflow for like whatever. From the exterior, you can see that I've just pulled over the roof like I have on this side, just all the way across, and I've moved this door over to this side. I'll probably make some detailing changes to the side of this roof, like add some windows in, and of course I'll be adding some plants and other vegetation around this house later. But for now, I'm feeling like the exterior frame itself is complete. I didn't want to do anything crazy. This is just our starter house, and there's a lot of other projects that I have in mind for this area coming up soon, and I hope you guys like it. I'm sorry I did a lot of this building off camera. I was just really frustrated with it, and I just wanted it to be done. And you can expect some more frequent videos from me now that I am back on the stick a little bit. So I just wanted to give that update. Unfortunately, we are now out of time for today's episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you are enjoying this series, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. It does really help my channel out. Anyway, thank you for watching, have a great one, and I'll see you all very soon.